Good morning from Port Macquarie, where we are just leaving now. I'm just trying to avoid hitting boats and stuff. Much appreciated by all concerned, I'm sure. And making our way out. It's just after 0500. There's Tornado. And heading out for the bar. Bit early, people say, but you know, one does what one can. So we're making our way down towards the bar. It's just after 5 o'clock. I can't see the time. Yeah, sneaking along the coast here. Looks like it's going to be a nice morning as opposed to Coffs Harbour departure yesterday. I've logged myself in to go to Forster. There is a bit of a blow coming through at about 4 o'clock. I think what concerned me most there was that the waves were starting to be just below 2 meters with only about a 5 or 6 second interval, which is pretty steep. So I'm going to see how the day goes. As I said, I've logged myself to Forster. Which I should reach before 1500, 3 p.m. today, and we'll make a decision then on what to do, continue or not. Look at that, eh? Dawn through the palms. These are Bosskag songs up there, or close to that anyway. They turned out being searchlights. So anyway, that's a whole different story. Right, here we go. This is the north arm of the entrance, or exit in my case. The tide's against me, so we're getting thrown around a little bit and pushed back. Thrown around in the sense that it's just trying to turn us around a bit, but nothing more. It's very calm on the bar, actually. So yeah, we should get our drinks pretty quickly. Right, so looking pretty good out there too. Alrighty. Have a good day, Port Macquarie. Thank you for your hospitality. A little bit rolly at one point, but yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. See the lead light there? White. It's going a little bit pink now. It means I'm slightly left of course, facing into the bar. So I'm just correcting for that, pulling me across a little bit. Selamat pagi, matahari. Look at that, eh? Look at the quality. Alright, skirting the shores now of Port Macquarie. I'm trying to remember if I've ever walked up this way or not. Oh well. Next time, if I haven't. If I have, I'll go, oh yeah, I've seen this before. Anyway. There's a lot of that goes on. Yeah, there's worse things to experience in life than a sunrise at sea. And tacking point. You'll see the light has come on. There it is. Alright, now we know it's official. Yeah, you don't want to go over the back fence, see if you can borrow a cup of sugar from the neighbours, right? Like, yeah, not so much. You got a stairway there going down to, I guess, a little beach or something. Wouldn't be a bad place to live. I could handle that. And you see some, is that Big Brother or something down, coming into view now? Big Brother, Little Brother, Big Brother. I think that's the one that's over the top of Haven. Yeah, we got a nice morning this morning. Confused sea still. Not as, well, it's still confused, but it's not as lumpy as yesterday. Some of those swells, the underswells, were huge. But yeah, as I said, far enough apart not for them to be a problem. or to be braking. Now I should be getting myself out here into the current at the moment. It comes in pretty close to shore here according to the windy app. Look at that. Beautiful. You never see anything so bad. Alright, this is the ocean side of Port Macquarie. Fishing guys are all coming out, just dropping some buoys. The yellow marker there, but it's different from the FAD, so assuming that's something else. We will be giving that a wide berth. And yeah, just long beaches. This is a feature of the mid to north coast of New South Wales. It's beautiful coastlines. Inhospitable to boats, most of it, because of course beaches don't really do much for us. Well, they destroy your boat basically, but not something you're looking for. Anyway, he's off again on this beautiful morning. Motor sailing at the moment. Basically I just want to get as many miles behind me as quickly as possible. Oh, there's a gannet coming, I think. Love gannets. Beautiful birds. There you go, I'll prattle on about nothing. And on we go. We're doing 7 to 8 knots at the moment. We're pretty much should be in the thick of the current now. So hop on the conveyor belt. The kind of freshness and light that you only see in the morning. Look at that, sun shining off the cliffs and everything. Beauty. Just passing the entrance to Laurieton now, which was a stop on the way north. And yes, I was treated very nicely there. Thank you for all the hospitality. So many months ago now. Anyway, I'm sorry I'm not stopping this time. But yeah, Christmas to get home for, eh? And that's Diamond Head. There, got lost somewhere. Anyway, still a beautiful clear morning, so all of these things stand out nicely. I think that could be Crowdy Head up ahead there. What we can't see. Must be getting close to Newcastle. Well, relatively. Actually no, second thoughts, that's a container ship, so perhaps it has not come from Newcastle. Probably from Sydney or Botany Bay, or yeah, Botany Bay. Okay, so I'm just on jib now, and a reduced jib at that. The wind's coming in a bit stronger now, as forecast. So I just thought I'd prepare for that. I dropped the main earlier, only about 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago, just so I don't have to do it later when it is windy. So yeah, still charging along at about 7 knots or so, on the engine obviously, as well as the sail. And just looking ahead there, I don't know what that's called, but yeah, it's up there. Okay, you probably can't see it, but somewhere in there is the town of Foster, so we'll be bypassing now and continue south. It's a bit of a roller coaster ride because I'm going with the wind, and it's yeah, it's like landing in Wellington Airport, New Zealand, or going downhill on one roller skate. Pretty much the same thing. And Foster. Takes a while to get past these places. Juggling the wheel here at the moment. and around. Getting closer to Seal Rocks. Yeah, pretty close, pretty coastline. And in the back are lakes, the Mile Lakes. So, all my lakes. Yeah, anyway, one of those. Yeah, once again, this coast is a very popular holiday destination. You know, camping, all that sort of great stuff, beach holidays. So up ahead, if you can see that, that's Seal Rock. Okay, coming up on Seal Rocks. Yeah, it's a bit of a roller coaster ride. Usually can expect that around capes and points and stuff too. Some of this swell waves will bounce back off those rocks and then come back out again. So that's always a heap of fun. Anyway, bit of a washing machine. Like the container ship out on the horizon there. I'm sure it won't interfere with us too much. Hard to get a still shot, really. It is like a boiling pot. It is nuts. Waves going in every direction. Chop, waves, swell. Not very swell, but anyway. What can you do? Okay, incoming. There we go. Anyway, Seal Rocks, people. I can see some hazy hills in the distance. Hanging on with my toes right now. Okay, we're getting through the cauldron. Little way to go yet though. Whoa! I'm hoping we might lose some of this chop once we get behind here. Well, who knows? There'll be a tide factor here in this channel as well, so yeah, the water never rests. It's always doing something, going somewhere. The dunes by the cape. Yep, not very easy to keep the camera in one place. Anyway, I can see some hazy hills in the distance. That'll be the portals to the entrance of Port Macquarie. Okay, looking back. Trying to stay upright at the same time. There we go. Surf's up, boys. There we go. Another one. No, I'm not going up there to hang ten. Okay, a lot of tossing around and stuff. This is Broughton Island coming up. It's actually a very nice island to stop at in the right conditions. The low-lying area has got a nice, beautiful white sand beach and a good anchorage here. More in a southerly situation. This is a northerly, so no good at all. So we're just going to sneak around that, and then we should be heading in towards the entrance of Port Stephens. So I'm not sure if the wind's gone down slightly. I should check the forecast, I suppose. Or I'm just getting used to it, I don't know. I pulled the jib in because we are so, we've got the wind so on exactly on the clacker that every wave basically made the jib jibe from one side to the other. It just wasn't worth it. Yes, I know, I should have a whisker pole, but I don't even think that would have helped. So, all good, we are getting there. Shaken, not stirred. Yeah, just coming around Broughton Island now, much more sheltered in there obviously, in the lee of the island, the leeward side of the island. There you go. And up ahead, the hills that guard the entrance to Port Stephens. So, getting there, what a day. Full out workout on the wheel just about all day. So you can see now Broughton Island, or group of islands, is made up of more than one island. And you can see there's a little cove in there, like a little fishing village. There are some moorings in there, but they're private. Otherwise I would have considered that. I don't feel like anchoring here. I'd say it would still be very rolly. So we will go into Port Stephens.
Round one. This is Marine Rescue Sydney. We are receiving an altitude. What is your location, over?
About a mile short of doing a right turn behind this island, which I can't remember the name of. There's a few of them here. Islands, that is. Just looking at the forecast for tomorrow, it looks pretty nice. So, yeah, let's see what we can do then. Might do and finish with this one, yeah? One trip at a time. I always think this is one of the more impressive entries to a port along this coast. Sort of hills all around and portals to the channel. Islands basically guarding the entrance. All around. Must have been pretty active here back in the day. And it's coming towards the entrance now. Just getting a bit of a breeze coming in after passing that island. It seems to have died off a bit. It's looking south. To whence we will go. I don't know if that works that way, but anyway. It does now. As we leave the outside, come back into Port Stephens. Well, not back, it's been a while since we were here. Yeah, so this is the northern hill portal, whatever you want, coming through the channel. The southern one is further west, but still leaves a distinct entrance. The entrance to Port Stephens. Heading around to the north. This is the Hawks Nest side, or I think this is actually called Windwapper. Can't see much. There's sunshine. Back that way is Nelson Bay. Nelson Bay in there, can't really see it because of the shadows. And that's Shoal Bay, or Shawley. There are some moorings there, but it's a very rolly spot. So I've actually elected to come up here to the northeast side, which is where the wind's coming from. And all I'm getting is the breeze over the top and a bit of small waves, basically, and throwing down the anchor or the pick. Well, that was quite a day. And looking back at the video, I've basically determined that waves and seas just do not show up on video. Yeah, it was quite challenging today. It was very rolly all day. I felt like I was wrestling the wheel all day, simply because it was just corkscrewing a lot, because the wind was behind us, the waves were behind us. So yeah, it was just trying to turn one way or the other. Anyway, we got here in good time. Yeah, I think, I forgot to look what the record was actually today, but it was up there and it was 11 something. Obviously surfing down a wave, but it counts, so I still did it. So anyway, yeah, I'm glad I kept going. I mean, Foster's a nice place, but anchoring, well, you don't anchor there really. Mooring there is never a lot of fun because the lack of space in the river, and also the way the rate that it runs out is a bit challenging, to say the least. So anyway, I'm pleased that I got as far as I did. It was a very good run, and I'm quietly, there's a new word for your vocabulary, quietly hopeful. You can see what I was in a hurry there, and I was trying to compound two words together, that I might make it all the way home tomorrow. The forecast looks good. Not a lot of wind, but enough. And if I motor sail again, which if it's what it takes, I'll do it. I think it's doable. The time is 15 hours, but I've been undercutting that because I'm going faster than the average that I've programmed, which is good. So we may give that a go tomorrow, particularly as the day after has got a little bit of a southerly factor in it. So that would mean I'd really have to wait, which I don't want to do when I'm this close. So anyway, let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's just get today over with. So thank you for following along, and I really appreciate all your great comments. Thank you. This is Dawn Raider, out.